Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Randomest podcast. The Randomest podcast. The Randomest podcast in existence. Man. Can I talk about my day? I think I'm gonna talk about my day. My day was interesting. I think interesting is the right word to put it. It was interesting. It wasn't overly difficult. It wasn't like crazy stuff happened. It wasn't anything like that. No, it was more like it was like the rawest form of life just happened today. I don't know. Let me try to explain that. I started off my day. I went to work. I ate a light breakfast, and then I started working. Answering emails, answering phone calls, dealing with the public. I worked today, and it was peace. It wasn't peaceful. No. That's not the correct word. I felt alive. I don't know how to really explain what that really means, but I just felt, alive. I guess that's really the only way to kind of describe that, but I felt alive and like I was doing something. Time went so slowly today. It really did. I sat there doing work, and I didn't have music playing like I usually do. I didn't have a video or a podcast or a stream playing like I usually do. It was just for once, because I have pretty bad anxiety. I really do. Admittedly speaking, I have pretty bad anxiety. So when I don't like hearing my thoughts. I don't like listening to them. I don't like what it says to me sometimes. It's intrusive. And it's just a terrible time mentally. But today I didn't have anything to distract me from being in my own thoughts. And just that entire time, I felt like I was actually living. Like I was working. I was doing something. I was focused. And then I also spent a little bit of time playing Type Racer. That was also fun. But it's just the rawest form of life that I felt today. And it was just a normal day. It wasn't crazy. And I will say, this is going off topic, but my job has me deal with the public, giving them assistance. And I will say it makes me really happy when someone is grateful to me for helping them out. Today and yesterday, I was helping people out. I was actually, lately I've been distracted, admittedly speaking, and I kind of try to blow away my problems as quickly as possible. Or I try to slew them, just pass on my work to someone else so I could just sit there and be miserable. But this week I spent my time actually learning new things, actually helping people. And when someone says, "God bless, you've been a great help to me and you're such a blessing, thank you for being here," someone actually said that to me, and it was a really nice feeling. It felt really nice. I don't know how else to describe it. But I also, another thing about today feeling like life is that I felt sick. I felt a bit sickly. I drank coffee for the first time in a while, and my heart was beating a bit faster than usual. But I felt it I felt it beating, and I felt myself breathing, and I felt myself living. It was an intense, but it was a calming feeling. Like everything was going to, like, that I'm still here, that I'm going to be doing these things. But I don't know. It was great. I had an interesting day today. I felt like every emotion today. I felt happy, sad, angry. Just all of that emotions all together, just in one. I felt all of that. And now here I am. I posted episode 2 just right before I started recording, actually. So it's up and running. So this is episode 3. I'm having good, and I had a good time. You know, it's hard in life when you, I think everyone, on the inside, everyone just wants to find their happiness, right? To do something that they enjoy. I think for the most part, that's really, well, I wouldn't say should, but, you know, I think people want to be happy. But, you know, sometimes you gotta play with the cards that you're dealt, you know, and sometimes it's a bust. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes it's a bust. But in that case, if your life is playing blackjack, then maybe you should move on to poker. You know what I mean? I think people are so focused. When they get older, when they quote unquote become an adult, people are so focused on trying to discover what happiness is, or to find, sometimes when they realize that they're not as happy as they were when they were a kid, they try to rediscover that happiness. You know, they go back to the things that used to make them happy when they were younger, when they still had a lot more time on their hands, when they had more energy, before they were stuck to like the usual 9 to 5 every single week, before the life became just a loop in and of itself of them doing things. I think people try to rediscover what their happiness is, what their happiness was. But I think honestly, life is always reforming itself. It's always changing. It's always evolving, especially in society. Like, society evolves. Like, people's beliefs change, like, as a whole. And we're kind of like, if we let it happen, we just become a byproduct of that. And we're just going to go through emotions of what everyone else feels. But I think what helps is that you shouldn't try to rediscover happiness. I think you should just redefine it, you know? Just realize that going back into the past is not going to help you, you know, change your present or change your future. It's really just, you know, the more I talk, the more I feel like some random, like, you know, those typical like seminars of what happiness is. And I really don't want to be like that. I really just putting my thoughts out there. But maybe instead of rediscovering what happiness is, maybe you redefine it. You know, maybe you weren't meant to be with someone. Maybe you weren't meant to have this one thing. Maybe what you believed would make you happy, it wasn't meant to be that way. So maybe instead, you know, redefine what you want to do. Discover something new. Maybe you'll find something along the way. And, you know, it's okay. It's okay to let go of something and to just, you know, let it be what it is. Maybe it's okay. To just let it be. At least that's what I think. But again, This is the Randomest podcast. I just talk about what's in my head until I want to stop talking. But yeah, that was my honest moment for today. Back to my usual persona of being whatever I usually am. Actually, you know what? Let's stay here for a little bit longer. Let's stay on this point. Ooh, water. Let's stay on this point just a little longer because I wanted to talk about I wanted to talk about again what my goal was for this podcast. This podcast isn't really meant to find an audience. You know, so it wasn't really meant to make a niche community. It wasn't meant to, blow up and become the next best thing. No, I just wanted to talk about my thoughts. This is me being selfish and just putting my thoughts out there. And I've been, like these past 2 episodes where episode 1 where it was just me talking about like creepypastas and like stuff that I enjoyed in the past or things I enjoy now. Episode 2 where I was just freaking out with my friends about something. I wanted this one to be a little more wholesome and homely, if you will. So I just want to talk about things I like. For example, I like electric scooters. That sounded so fake, but that was a genuine enjoyment that I had is about scooters. I love my scooter. It's a 9-bot max, and I love riding it around. And just recently, actually, the screws were so loose, like because you screw it together from the handlebar to the kind of the what do you call that? I forgot the name. Like the spine, not a spine. Scooters don't have a spine. You know the part that attaches to like the rest of the body, like the handle attaches to the rest of the body. And for the longest time, the screws were loose, and I'm like, well, I can't find my Allen wrench or my hex wrench. So it's like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. And then finally, I bought a Allen wrench set, and I finally got to screw it in, and I was so excited. I really wanted to I was fixing it at night, and I'm like, this is like everything's back together. It feels like brand new. I want to ride this immediately, and but I couldn't because it was nighttime already, and I had to wait. But the moment I woke up and got to work and I got to ride it, oh man, I felt really cool. It felt really awesome to ride it again without having to feel like the handlebar was just gonna fall off and I was gonna eat crap for like at 20 miles per hour. Speaking of which, always wear helmets. That's super important. Safety first comes when you're riding anything that goes faster than the human was meant to go. So always be careful of that. But yeah, I enjoy scooters. I was thinking of getting a new one. There's this. I was getting this ad a while ago for this off-road scooter that goes like 30 or 40 miles per hour, I think. But you have to wear like a full-on helmet with it because obviously it goes really fast, but it goes really far too. I was like, I could totally ride this from city to city to get to my work, and I'm like, oh, this would be the coolest thing in the world. But I decided against it because I don't have $12,000 or not 12 grand. I don't have $1,200 essentially. And I did. This is gonna be a little. I'm gonna go a little bit sadder. But I did want to learn how to ride a motorcycle. But ever since like a few, I want to say actually 4 weeks to a month ago, I did lose a really close family friend. He was in a vehicle accident and he was riding his motorcycle. So I think I'm gonna stray away from that just for a little bit, just for safety precautions. But one day if I'm ready to. When I'm ready to to say that, hey, you know what, it's like I'm no longer traumatized of what happened. I'm like, I'm gonna go back to it. But for now, I'm gonna stay away from motorcycles. Just stay on my bike lane with my scooter. Speaking of which, some lady a while ago, but some lady legit yelled at me while I was on while I was on the road, because it was one of those roads where it's like there's several lanes. There's no dedicated bike lane. You're supposed to share the bike lane with the furthest right lane. And this lady just yells at me like, "Get off the road!" I'm like, "Lady, it's not, at least in this state, it's not legal for scooters to be ridden on the sidewalk, and I have to be here." But she didn't understand that, which is okay, because I'll probably never see her again. But at the same time, it just makes me not want to be on that road, because it's dangerous. Like, you're going 20 miles per hour, and everyone else is essentially going like twice or even 3 times that speed. And you want to be careful, because you might have the common sense, but drivers around you may not have that common sense. So you want to always be careful when it comes to things like that. But yeah, that's my love for scooters. Out of the way. What else do I enjoy? I enjoy video games, but I think I'll talk about that later, just because I have a lot of words to say about video games. What else do I like? I'm looking around me right now to see like what else are my hobbies. Oh man, cameras. So my best friend who lives across the country from me, he kind of convinced me to get into photography. And well, I will say I've always had an interest in it since I was younger. Me and him would get our what we would do is have our just like 120p. I want to say even less than that, but like our 40 pixel camera on our phones, and then we would make videos. I remember one of them was called Ghost, Ghouls, and Zombies or something like that, and it was actually one of the most like best videos we've ever made, because on those old like Motorola phones you could pause the recording and then continue later, which I thought was a cool feature, because we made it really cool. We would like pretend we made portals and like basically do hard edits on recording about stuff like that. And I think Ghost, Schools, and Zombies was like one of our coolest films we ever made, and unfortunately we lost it. We don't have our phones anymore. It was like a long time ago. But it was a good time, it was a really good time. And ever since then, I've always had a interest in making like videos and whatnot. I even tried to be on the YouTube scene for a while there, but I grew out of it. I realized that there's more things that I want to do in life than just make videos for a living. And just looking at YouTube with all the drama, cancel culture, and other stuff like that, I want to avoid all of that. But here I am making podcasts again, because I've had a renewed interest. But back to my original topic on making videos. With cameras rather. I got into a huge camera addiction for a while, and I have several lenses and several a couple of camera bodies, and I enjoyed my time with it, honestly. Like, it was such a good time, and I still do enjoy it. It's just I don't have a lot of opportunities anymore to do it. I think I mentioned that actually in episode 1. I don't have a lot of opportunities to go out and do photography or videography anymore, but when I get a chance, I definitely take out all my stuff and I just have fun with it, because what else am I gonna do? I'm not gonna just leave it hanging. I spent so much money on them, man. I'm so broke. But yeah, I enjoy cameras. I have a Canon EOS RP and a Canon EOS M50, both a full frame and a cropped crop sensor. And I've been trying them out. I have several lenses, a couple of prime lenses, a few zoom lenses, and just trying all of them, like mix and matching like all my lenses together has been a really fun endeavor. I'm taking a little small break from it because, like I said, I don't have much time anymore to do it. But I'm always down to, whenever someone wants to ask me for something, I'm down to do it. Like, put me in, coach. I'll help you out with it. But yeah, I love photography. I love videography. I even have a gimbal I think that was like the last thing I've purchased for in terms of like my photography and videography like hobby. Like a gimbal was the last thing I really purchased. So I'm going to take a little break from that before I go back into it. Hopefully soon, because I really want to see where it takes me. But what else have I been doing? Looking around. Let's talk about, actually, this is a good kind of segue with my interest, but there was one thing I've always wanted to do, which is build a Wii portable. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Wii portable is, it's as the name implies, it's a portable Wii with its own screen, its own battery, basically turning it into a mobile console, like a DS or a Nintendo Switch. And I've always wanted to make one because I've always been interested in it. And although the resources aren't as extensive anymore, it's still very well documented. The only problem is I'm not an engineer. I don't know anything about electricity. I don't know anything about how it runs. I don't even have the equipment. I don't even have a Wii anymore. Like, my Wii has been gone for a long time ago. But, now that I have the time for it, I'm like, or now that I have space for it, rather, I'm like, maybe I should get back into it. And that's mostly because the Nintendo Wii and Nintendo GameCube are my favorite consoles of all time. I spent hours on both emulated and physical consoles. I spent so much time on it. And it's been such a blast, going through, I found my external hard drive the other day and just going through, all my games. I even transferred it to my current PC just because I really wanted to play all those games again. But I've been having a absolute blast with it. And it's honestly been so much fun going back to it that I wanted to make a portable version for it. However, I've been going back and forth on that decision. For one, really... other than the fact that, I don't have the equipment for it, but also just the fact that the Steam Deck, I believe that's what it's called, the Steam Deck, is going to be coming out fairly soon, 2022. So around next year, Switch Deck's going to come out, and I've been really excited for it. And the thing about it is, if I spend my money on it, just seeing exactly what it could run, there's really I wouldn't say no point, but there's really I find less reason to get or to make a Wii portable, because essentially I have a PC in my hands that could just emulate a Wii and a GameCube. But the problem with that is, and I will bring this up, the problem with that is that because it's a PC and it's not running on Wii hardware, it's not going to be console perfect. So there's still going to be graphical issues that you have to shift through the settings in order to get just to barely get close to console performance. And sometimes it's better. Sometimes a computer is better with the right settings, but at the same time, nothing beats the original console that it played with, just the feeling of it. I especially say that for competitive games like Melee, I wouldn't say Project M is in the competitive scene anymore. It's mostly just a hobby for people now. So because there's no tournaments happening anymore for Project M, unfortunately. Cease and desist, it happens. But Melee, yeah, it's shoots. It's definitely better to play on the actual console rather than emulator. And although Dolphin and the new Slippy mod had made it really easy to play Melee on computer and online with people. I wouldn't say it's completely irrelevant, because definitely people that's the only way people are playing Melee with each other nowadays, especially with the pandemic. But definitely, if you want the real feeling, you have to get the original console. And my idea with the Wii Portable was to have a output, so that not only could you play the Wii Portable on the screen, but also output it to a TV or something, But of course, that would have made it like much more complicated build. I have to learn a lot more, and it's just that it seems like the more convenient answer was just to get the Steam Deck, since that essentially would act as a portable. But that's just my thoughts on it. Speaking of portable Wii's, I really need to get back into playing Skyward Sword. Because I've been on and off on like a few games at the moment. Like I bought some games and I'm like, okay, I need to play this. For example, I bought the entire Yakuza series on Steam. And actually, let me look up Steam right now because I do have a few games that like I bought that I have not played in a while, and I really should get back to it. For example, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I haven't played that in months, like actual legit months, and I feel kind of bad. But I'm not going to let that happen with Metroid Dread, okay? I'm going to finish Metroid Dread. I've been kind of low-key addicted to it. It's been a really fun experience so far. But, you know, it's fairly healthy. Free weekend for Halo. Yo. Oh, also Jackbox Party 8 is now available. Let me go save that and send that to my friends. See if we want to play it. Because we're all huge fans of Jackbox. Okay, a screenshot. I wonder what games are on here. That I truly wonder. Let me send it to this one. Okay, cool. So I might purchase that just because it's Jackbox. So why wouldn't I get that? Rebel Inc., Riftbreaker. Okay, so not a lot of games worth playing, at least in my eyes. But I mean, you know, honestly, also 50% off on Halo games. I might get the rest of the Halo series. I got Halo 2. Oh, that's another game I never got to. It's Halo 2. Kind of an idiot. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a stupid person. Buddy Simulator 1984. Let's talk about Buddy Simulator 1984. Let me say it one more time, make sure I pronounce it. Buddy Simulator 1984. I'm rushing my voice a little bit because I'm getting a little excited. But, oh man, Buddy Simulator 1984. What? That was a kind of a journey. I played it blind, thankfully, and I got through it. But I got the neutral ending, which is a little bit sad. So I totally forgot that right now I'm on, like, the best friend ending, which is like you basically fulfill Buddy's like dreams, or not dreams, but like its purpose. And that's really, I really want to get to that, but I'm kind of busy with other games like Halo 2. I haven't played that in a while. What else? Yakuza. I'm on Yakuza 3 right now. Haven't got to that. The thing is, I don't like the story of the older Yakuza games, and I think I realized that with Yakuza Q, with Kiwami 2. Kiwami's 2 story it's not bad. Actually, it's a crime drama, of course. Maybe I just don't like that drama, like crime drama as itself. But I will say, like, all the side content, friggin' top tier gameplay. I love it. Love it. But the other stuff, not a big fan. Still, it is what it is. Yakuza 0 is still my favorite Yakuza game so far. Have not played Like a Dragon yet, so that might change. I'm actually super into, from what I've seen from Like a Dragon, I'm super into it. Turn-based Yakuza gameplay, pretty cool. Crosscode is a little, is it an indie game? I would consider it an indie game, but I'm stuck on this one part, and I'm a little frustrated because it feels like I have to grind in order to beat this guy, but maybe I'm not supposed to beat the guy. Maybe I'm meant to lose. Maybe he's supposed to be stronger than me, but I'm too stubborn to continue on. The thing is, the game acts like it's an MMO, even though it's a single-player game, but it takes place inside of an MMO RPG, and it's weird. That's all I can really say about it. It's weird. I don't get it. But the gameplay is really fun though. Like just everything about it is really fun. I had a lot of, well, not everything about it, but I mean, there's a lot of. It's an RPG. It's like RPG at its purest form, and sometimes I don't like that. Like I could get through. I could get through some Final Fantasies, not all of them. Some of them drags on too much. Some of them you have to grind a little bit. But other than that, I do love RPGs. Action RPGs are probably I probably favor more, like a Kingdom Hearts or a Tales series. I like those a lot. Turn based, it's really hard for me. But in any case, Crosscode is really fun action RPG. So maybe I'll get back to it. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I did finish that game, like the side stories, and that was excellent. Um, Doki Doki Literature Club Plus does an insane thing, and it removes the main character. So it's no longer a harem. It's a story about four high school girls going through mental illness and understanding themselves and each other. And I think that's the cutest and the best thing I've ever seen. Like, it shows realistic depictions of what really affects people and how hard it is to be, to live with mental illness. And I will say it's a beautiful, beautiful story, and I love the side stories. It actually made me tear up a little bit. Too bad I didn't save the video of my reaction to it or playing the game, because man, I had so much fun with it. That was a really great time. What else did I have a lot of fun with? I'm looking through my Steam library right now. I love fighting games. Skullgirls, BlazBlue were two of my favorite 2D fighting games. Oh my gosh, you know what? Rivals of Aether. Love Rivals of Aether. Probably my favorite fighting game of all time. Second, of course, being Melee, and then Skullgirls right after that. I just love it so much. It's a really fun experience. I haven't finished the story mode for Dragon Ball Fighters, which I should get to that. I do have my what do you call that? My arcade stick. I should bring it out one of these days and start playing the game again, because I really had a lot of fun. CS:GO. I play Valorant now, so I don't really feel like playing CS:GO. It just feels a bit outdated. Oh well, I should not say outdated, because it's still an excellent game. I will say, firstly and foremost, excellent game. If you don't like Valorant's ability style stuff, CS:GO is the way to go. It's a really great game. I personally cannot have fun with it as much as I've had fun with Valorant, just because. I started playing Valorant. I started with CS:GO. I liked the mechanics of it and the way Valorant implements abilities, like how I used to play Paladins a lot. It was a good time. Yeah, like I said, Dragon Ball Fighters, I haven't played that since last year. Soul Calibur 6, I only got that for mods. That's all I'll say about that. I think that's about it. Oh, I haven't played A Hat in Time, the DLC with the cats, which I've always meant to. Actually, I think I bought it and I just never played it, which is unfortunate. So one day I'll get back to it. I think that's about it. Wow, I have a huge library of games. I didn't realize how many games I actually have and how much I have not played any of it. Wow, it has been a while. Goodness gracious, I have a lot of games I didn't play. I have Dark Souls? When did I get Dark Souls? What? This is news to me. Wow, I haven't played Undertale since 2018. Huh. Interesting. It feels like yesterday I played that game. Oh, that's because I played Deltarune, which is I say an upgrade from Undertale, but Undertale's still a beautiful game. So far, Deltarune has not topped Undertale, just because Deltarune is an incomplete game, but it's getting there with the story. We'll see where it goes, and I hope they take their time with it. If I have to wait another 2 years for Chapter 3, I'll be sad, but if it's for the sake of quality, I'm down for it. Vainglory, hated. I don't like MOBAs, but I do play Pokemon Unite, like occasionally, which fun game. I love it a lot. Sonic games. Sonic games are really fun too. Not my favorite anymore. Definitely my favorite when I was younger. Especially 3D games. My only like 3D Sonic game I actually really love is Sonic. Uh, what do you call that? Sonic Heroes. That's really the only one I really like a lot. Which is a controversial pick, I know, but that's what I love. I think that's about it for like video games on my Steam. There is a lot more games on my Switch I have not played. I'm gonna take a look at that. I have my Switch on for YouTube. Let's see, Smash Ultimate. Ooh, let's talk about Smash Ultimate just for like a quick few minutes. Super excited for Sora in Smash Ultimate. I don't play Smash Ultimate competitively at all, but I'm really excited that he's in the roster because honestly, Smash Ultimate is like a legendary game, I think. Does it top Melee? Yes. I think. No. Huh. I think in some ways it tops Melee, but I think there's a lot of things in Melee that I love. Like, there's a single player in Melee and Brawl are way better than single player in Ultimate. I absolutely hate uh I absolutely hate the story mode in Ultimate. Goodness gracious, that was 20 hours of pure torture. But I 100% it. To my credit, I 100% it, and I could officially say I did not enjoy it. But I did it because I wanted to. Oh man, Neo: The World Ends with You. I need to get back to that. I'm so stupid for ruining my momentum with that game because I'm gonna suck when I get back to it. I have to relearn it myself, but I have to get back to it. WarioWare, get it together, fun party game. I absolutely love it, but unfortunately, I don't have many friends to play with. I do have Super Mario 3D All Stars on my Switch, digital version, because I don't deal with physical versions anymore. Physical versions. Oh my gosh, versions. I don't deal with physical versions anymore. But I did complete. Oh no! I did not complete. I'm at the end of Mario Galaxy. Have not started Mario Sunshine, and then I'm in the beginning of Super Mario 64. Honestly, I'd rather just play it on my computer though, just so I could speedrun it. I can't speedrun 64 because it's not 64. It's 64 Gaiden, which came like a year after the original Super Mario 64 was released with like updates and also took out backwards long jumping. And I'm a fan of 16-star speedruns, but in any case, probably just gonna play the rest of it on my PC. Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2. I just want to do that because I wanted to have a complete version of the game where I do everything, and I wanted it to be on my Switch. And let's look at my other games. All software. Miitopia, did not finish that game. Let's Go Eevee, I bought the game, did not have fun with it as much as I thought it was going to be. It's a Pokemon game that I've played a lot. Three Houses. Oh man, I need to get on Three Houses. I had a lot of choice anxiety with what I was going to do for Three Houses because it feels like I was wasting my time. Oh man, wow, I am really congested today. Yeah, like I said, I felt a little sick today, so I should really take it easy after this recording. But yeah, had a lot of fun with this recording so far. The beginning and everything. Oh, now I'm just going back to the beginning. What I was talking about. Let's go back to my Switch games. Pokemon Unite have that. Scott Pilgrim versus the World game. I've been waiting for this game to come out for years because I didn't have an Xbox. No, rather, I did have an Xbox, but I was young and we didn't download games. We didn't have live. We just played regular video games on the Xbox, not multiplayer ones. And I never got to play Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. And when I finally got it, I was fairly disappointed and underwhelmed about the game, and it really made me sad. I think the game is more fun when you have multiple people playing. Unfortunately, with today's pandemic, not a lot of people are playing the game. So there's that. Mario Odyssey, finished the game. It was okay. Not my favorite 3D platformer, but not bad by any means. I think it's actually an excellent 3D platformer that just doesn't appeal to me because I'm a bit of a boomer when it comes to 3D Mario games. I want my collectibles to bring me out of the level. I want have mission selects. But the game's not bad. I think it's an excellent 3D Mario game. Utopia, again, didn't finish that game. Really should get back on that. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I actually have a lot of fun with this game. It's just that it's literally all fighting and not a lot of world building, which is okay. It's just I wanted more out of it because I'm selfish and I'm stupid. Pokemon Sword, terrible. Can't speak English. Terrible Pokemon game. DLC did not do it for me, even though objectively DLC should have made the game better, but did not do it for me, unfortunately. Vesperia, gave that to my friend. Wait, no, I still have it. I'm stupid. No, I gave it to my friend. Yeah. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, need to get back on that. I love Tetris, and I enjoy Puyo Puyo. Ring Fit Adventure, I should get back on that too, just so I could get more exercise in. I've been walking a lot more, watching my diet a lot more just recently, so, maybe I should get back into full-on exercises. Valkyria Chronicles 4, one of my favorite Valkyria Chronicle games. I enjoyed 2 a lot, but I think 4 was excellent. Really great game. Breath of the Wild, I let my friend borrow it, never returned it. Gave Shield to my friend. Final Remix, also gave that to my friend. Super Mario Party, love that. Tennis Aces, my brother took that game. Ooh, and I think that goes every game that I have owned ever. Overall, not a bad time, and had a lot of fun with all of them. I might actually play Super Mario Party later if I have time, because I want to relive what it felt like to be angry about someone taking all my stars. I did 100% complete the game, so I don't really need to play it anymore, especially with the new one coming out on the 29th. So I should put my hours in before I completely disown it. But yeah, right now I'm playing Metroid Dread, like I said. Just an excellent game overall. My first Metroid game. Okay, I'm going to be honest with that. Never played any Metroid game before this, honestly. Loving Metroid Dread so far. It's an excellent action game with very simple mechanics that it's hard to master. So, good times, good vibes. But yeah, that's about it for video games. And I'm about 45 minutes in. Let's talk about one more thing before I end it off. Just because, I feel like I'm on a roll. But yeah, I don't really know what to talk about. My mind is turning into sleepy boy time, which I've had a long day. I will say I've had a long day. A lot of walking, a lot of sweating happening. Especially on the train. Oh man, the train. There's currently a game. And all the sports fans were on the train heading towards the stadium where the game is happening, and oh man, I had to miss one of my trains, and I just wanted to go home, but unfortunately could not. So had to wait for the next train, and then I just went straight to I went straight to church because I had church today, and that was a good time. Church was a good time today. What to talk about that? I'm looking around my interests. I guess I could talk about archery. When it comes to archery, that's my latest hobby that I've picked up recently. I don't have a lot of time for it. I can only do it like maybe once a week, but honestly, it's a blast. Archery's a blast, honestly. Like, I'm not good at it at all. I have a lot to learn, have a lot to practice, but I've been having such a fun time with it. And I hope I continue to have a good time moving forward. There's some things I want to buy in terms of like what do you call that? I'm stupid is what I'm saying. Like accessories that I want to buy. And especially with the Allen wrench set, like I could finally use the sight that my friend gave me. I could attach it and use it properly. It's just a good time. It's good and relaxing. I just listen to like Fury of Wind, like BS Creepypasta story times while I shoot around. It's a fun time. I love it. So I think I'll get back to it. One of like probably this weekend. But yeah, for now, I'm just kind of enjoying my time as it is with it. And I want to take my time with it so I don't lose interest too fast, like I did with my other hobbies, or like my other small time hobbies. So there's a difference between the small time hobbies that I have and the actual hobbies that like I actually pick up. What's an example of a small time hobby? Actually, I can't even think of an example right now. Because I forgot about it all. But I'm hoping it does become a small-time hobby. I hope it's something I get invested in and have a good time. Because I feel like, life is too short. You're not going to experience every single thing life has to offer. But at the very least, you could experience as much as possible, before your time comes. Because we're not going to live on this earth forever, We all have to say goodbye. But I think until that day happens, enjoy yourselves. Learn something new. Ride a bike. Like, ride one of those bikes with, like, the large wheel in front and the small wheel in the back. I never understood the point of those. But, yeah. Man. This was a fun little wholesome time. Just me talking about my interests and, about my day. And I think I'll just end it off today. It was a little bit shorter of an episode today, but I'm really happy with the content of this episode. Even though it was just me literally rambling on. Before I used to have like a topic to talk about, but this time it was just me talking to myself. And I think, that's pretty fun. I'm not going to enjoy hearing myself talk, but I will enjoy listening to a guy talk about wholesome things. I think that's a part of this as I edit it that I'll enjoy. So with that, I will bid you adieu. Thank you for watching listening in on the Randomest podcast. Whoever this finds, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I hope your day is full of fun times and blessings, because I know my day today was full of blessings as well. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Have a good and wonderful night.